Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren Dannemeller, and if you don't know who I am an IFBB Bikini Pro, and yeah, I've been documenting, there's something in my eye. Alright, I've been documenting my journey with all of my competitions and competing since 2015, my very first show. When I turned pro, so I did like 4 national shows, turned pro, won an overall at NPC Nationals, earned my pro card, went into the pro league, competed for 3-ish years before I finally won my very first pro show, which then qualified me for the Mr. Olympia. So I've competed in the Mr. Olympia, I've competed in the Arnold, and now I am here at this moment in time. So I've documented everything, and guys, I've been after it, like full blown, like I wanted this so bad. I went all in, and hey, I did it, and I am so satisfied and how far I have come. How far I've come. It's pretty insane, and it's so cool to kind of sit back, and that's what I've been doing recently. Like I took a step back to just like enjoy how far I've gone, because you can get really sucked in. I mean, you could want to keep going, right? And that's where my head was at, and I'm so happy. I mean, I competed on the Mr. Olympia, I'm 9th in the world, my first ever Mr. Olympia, getting into that top 10, and then stepping on an Arnold stage, which is just an invitation. So I was competing with, I think it was 10 other girls. So yeah, and now I'm taking this time off to just enjoy and to focus on my business and coaching and just other things. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost myself just in who Lauren is, because I've just been a competitor and I've just been so focused on my competing goals that I kind of lost a little bit of who I am. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. You know, I'm just trying to find Lauren again and do some other things outside of competing, focus on my training, focus on growing, because obviously like I'm in an improvement season right now, and I'm taking time off. I'm taking time off of competing. The reason why I'm taking this time off is because I don't want to get burnt out, and I'm afraid of that. Like I'm afraid if I just run myself and I keep going, like what, I'm competing right now and I'm trying to get qualified for the Mr. Olympia, and you know, right? Like it's never ending, I guess I'm trying to say. And I know that I still have so much growing to do. I'm still very young. Like honestly, the stage and everything isn't going anywhere. And even if I take a little bit of time off, I know you guys are gonna be pumped for when I do step back up on that stage, right? And it's just, I just don't want to get burnt out. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, I can try to win a pro show this year and go to the Mr. Olympia and try to place top 5, and you know, try to come back next year and try to place top 3. But I think if I just kind of take this time away from the stage right now, I'm going to be able to come back and really like be like, dang, look at those improvements Lauren made, right? And just automatically be able to go into that Olympia and place how I want. You know, the one thing about me in my career, I've never gone down, which is pretty cool. With every show I've ever done, like I've never gone down. I've always progressed. Every show I've gotten better. I've gotten higher placings. So that's what's really cool. So I know if I just take this time off, I'm going to come back like just, I'm just excited, right? But honestly, I just wanted to document this right now about why I am not tracking my macros and how that's all going right now and everything. And guys, I've been tracking my macros since 2015, like tracking my macros, yes. And I have a habit of just those numbers and everything. And so what's actually been helping me transition into not tracking macros is still doing like this just a little bit of math. And I know this sounds weird, but like it's just helping me right now because I'm such like a numbers person, and I've had these numbers around my food my whole entire life. And so, you know, when I go into a meal, I think about my hunger sensations. And so there's a scale from 1 to 10. So 1 is like, man, I am like so starving. I am so hungry, right? And then a 10 is I am so full and stuffed. So I go into my meal and I want to be at least like at like a 3. Like I'm hungry, right? I'm ready to eat. I don't want to be a 1 because I'm freaking like ravenous, right? I do not want to be around those numbers. I try to stay around like a 3 and a 7. So when I go into a meal, what I do is I first drink water because that's going to help kind of settle, you know, me down and everything. So I always chug like a glass of water when I'm making my meal or right before I eat it. So that kind of helps, you know, settle me down. But I want to be around a 3 of being hungry. So I'm like, dang, okay, I'm like a 3 right now. I'm ready to eat. So then obviously I eat my meal and I try not to, I wait like 20 minutes after I'm done eating. And then I kind of sit there and I'm like, am I still hungry or am I satisfied? And so if I'm around like a 7, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm good. Or if I'm like still at a 4, I'm like, you know, I'm still really like kind of hungry here. I'm going to eat something else, maybe an apple or something else to keep me more, you know, satiated. But that's what I've been doing with like the numbers game in my head, because honestly, it's helping me out, like just to have some type of like scale, or because I'm a bodybuilder and I've been dealing with like scales and numbers my whole entire life. So this has been helping. So writing this down, like I go into my meal and I go, all right, what am I at? I'm at a 3. Okay, I'm going to eat right now. Okay, I'm eat my meal. And when it comes to the meal, guys, at the end of the day, this is what's satisfying me in my head. I'm eating the same things every day. Like I'm literally eating the same food. So I'm eating the same stuff. I'm just not plugging it in my phone. So that has been like helping me out a lot mentally, because it's not like I'm eating all these new foods and like I'm eating out a ton and I'm just like totally just have a whole new diet that I'm doing. No, I have the same freaking diet. I eat the same things every day. I love my food. So that has been kind of helping me out as well. So, yep, that's how I go it. That's how I do it. And then soon, guys, maybe in a month, 2, 3 months from now or something like that, I don't have to think about that scale anymore in my head where I'm like, am I a 3 or am I an 8? You know, on this like hunger sensation scale thing. Because guys, I eat the same things every single day. Like I eat these habitual meals. I'm a bodybuilder, you know. I've created these habits that are instilled in me. And that's why I'm feeling so satisfied and so okay with not tracking it. And believe me, I still have a lot of stress and anxiety around it. I really do. But I think if I just push it a little, give it a little bit more time, I know I'm gonna feel so much better. And honestly, this is pretty crazy. So I haven't been tracking my macros for like a month now, and I didn't get my menstrual cycle. So I was like, what the heck? I did not get my period. Like I had my period after the Arnold, I got it, and then it totally stopped. And I thought that it was just because of stress, right? Like I had a lot going on, a lot on my mind. Like I had a wedding for my sister. I had all these things going on, and I didn't get my period. And so I think I got it this week. So I'm so happy. And I think the main reason is I'm less stressed. And I think it's because I'm less stressed from, you know, plugging things into my phone. I'm able to kind of breathe. I'm able to have that more flexibility within, you know, when I'm hungry, when I'm not, and, you know, I'm being more in tuned with my body compared to in the past when I had these numbers, guys. I was kind of like a volume eater. And even with my macros and even with post shows, like I've always tried to stretch out my macros. And you know, that's just really not a good mentality to have. And I think it's because I felt like I was just, you know, I had these certain, you know, macros I had to hit every day. And then I started like volume eating, and I started like hoarding my macros and all this type of stuff. And I found myself like, you know, trying to just like fill my macros as much as possible. And so recently, I feel like this is why my digestion has been so good. I feel like that's why my, I haven't been bloated. I haven't been stressed. And honestly, all that I feel like is because I've been eating, you know, when I'm hungry, what I want to eat. I'm not volume eating anymore. I'm not hoarding my macros anymore to the end of the night. I'm not, because in the past I would eat so much at the end of the night where I was just like so full. And so recently now, you know, I eat when I'm hungry, and I found myself, I'm only eating 3 meals a day. When in the past I would eat closer to 5. But yeah, I'm eating 3 meals a day now. I eat my breakfast, and then I'll go work out, and then I'll eat my post-workout meal, and then I'll eat a dinner. And then maybe I'll have a popsicle or something before bed, and like that's it. So it's been pretty cool. I'm gonna continue, you know, sharing and documenting everything for you guys. Yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit of an update of what it's been like, you know, not tracking my macros, and like how I'm transitioning away from tracking my macros.